Hi everyone, it's me, Mrs. Morton, and today I will be explaining how to subtract from 200. We will be using proof drawings with quick hundreds, tens, and ones, and we'll also be using expanded form as well as these secret code cards here. So, whenever I look at a subtraction problem and I notice that minus sign, I automatically make a magnifying glass around the total I am taking away from. And in this case, it's 200. Okay, so now that that's cleared up, what the total I'm taking away from, I'm going to go ahead and represent it with a proof drawing. So let's go back. I like black. You know what? I'll do my proof drawing let's do it in green. So I'm going to do 200. So this is called a quick 100. So that's one group of 100. And if I add another one, that's 200. And this is the number 200 right here. So if I were to put this in expanded form, let's go back to black, it would look like this: 200. Two groups of 200 plus 0, tens, and 0, ones. Okay, so here we have two groups of 100. This is 100, this is 200. So then you might be curious to know, why is there a 0 here and a 0 here? Well, let's take a look at our number 200. So the 2 right here represents two groups of 100. The 0 right here, it represents the number of groups of 10. Now, it's not correct to say that there's 0 tens, because that's not true. What we did was we took the tens and we regrouped them because we had enough to make a group of 100. So what we actually had was this. I'll go ahead and do this in yellow. We had 20 groups of 10s, but because we had more than a group of 10 tens, that is able to make a whole group of 100. Watch. So here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here we have the 10 tens, and if you counted them by tens, watch what happens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. They add up to a group of 100, which we're able to regroup into a whole other group of 100. And then because we said we had two groups of 100, that means we had 20 tens, not just 10 tens, a whole other set of 10 tens right here. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we know 10 plus 10 makes 20 tens. And if we have 10 tens, that makes 100. So we actually have 20 tens. And those 20 tens add up to 200. Here, I'm going to count it one more time with all of them. Ready? Counting by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200. There we go. So it's not actually, yes, it's 0 tens when we put it out, when we make it into two groups of 200, but it's actually 20 tens. Now, let's look at the 0 here. This says 0 ones. Well, if I were to break every single one of these tens, these quick tens, and drew 10 little circles on them, that would add up to the number 200, which I'm not going to spend the time doing right now, but you'll see that this number 200 is really 20 tens or 200 ones. Okay, moving on. I'm going to now put 68 in expanded form. So let's go back. We're going to change the color back to gray. And we're going to put 60. If you look at the number 68, 60 has 6 tens. So I'm going to draw it right here as 60. And 8 ones goes here. So now I have a question to ask. Why didn't I draw 68 down here? Does anyone know why I didn't do that? I didn't do it because we are subtracting today. We are taking 68 from 200. We aren't adding it. If I were to draw it down here, that would mean I'm adding to 200. But that's why I like using this magnifying glass, because when I have this here, it reminds me, oh yes, that's the number I am taking away from, the total number I'm taking away from. So I don't want to add to it, I want to take some away. So let's start to take away. So if I ask, can I take 8 ones away from 0 ones? I can't do that. Can I take 60 away from 0? I can't do that. Can I take 0 from 200? I can. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and cross off this 100. And I'm going to go back down here. I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to break it into 10 tens like I had inside here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So this 200 has now changed to 100 because look, I only have one full group of 100 left. And I took this group of 100 and I'm adding 10 tens to this number right here. So this is going to turn into 10 tens makes 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So I'm giving the 100, so I'll put this plus sign so we don't get confused, to here. I'm going to cross off the 0 because now it's 100. We broke that 200 into one group of 100 and 10 tens. Okay, but I still don't have ones to take away. So now I'm going to ungroup a 10 to make more ones. So I'm going to go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? So you'll notice I don't even have 100 anymore. How many tens are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's not 10 tens anymore, it's 9 tens. And if you count by tens, you'll see that it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So this isn't 100, it's actually 90. And I went from 0 ones to having 10 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this 0 turns into 10. So now that I've done all of my ungrouping, I'm ready to take away. Let's make it red. I'll start with my ones today, but when you've done all your ungrouping, it really doesn't matter which way if you take away what you start from. I think traditionally we just do the ones because that's where we have to check first to see what ungrouping needs to be done. But now that we know all the ungrouping, we really can start anywhere. But we'll just start with the ones today. So remember, we're subtracting. So set 10, take away 8. If I were to take away 8, that's 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm left with 2. And I'll put it down here. Now I'm taking 60 away from 90. So I'm going to go ahead and cross it off. So this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Taking all that away, and I'm left with 30. 10, 20, 30. Okay. And lastly, how many groups of 100 am I left with? I don't have 2 anymore. I only have 1. So there we have it. 100 plus 30 plus 2. 100, 110, 120, 130, 131, 132. So we solved the equation. We used a proof drawing and we used expanded form. But I'm going to use I want to use these cards to just review what we did here. So I'm going to hold on to this and let's pull it up. So here's 200. And I'm going to move it over here. We had 200. And we needed to take, and we put 68 in expanded form, right? But we knew that we couldn't take, we had no hundreds. I'm sorry, we didn't have enough ones. So here, let me put it back here. So the 60, you would notice there, we don't have enough ones to take 8 away from. We don't have enough 10s to take 6 10s from. So we have to ungroup it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my 100. So we're going to so the 200 goes here. Then we move this here. And then we see, well, wait a second. We need to ungroup this to be 90. We need to take this because we have to ungroup a 10. So we're going to take 10 10s from here and put it here and take this one and exchange it for 90. I'm sorry, this one goes here. So this is what we're left with. Then we say 10 take away 8 equals 2. 90 take away 30. I'm sorry, 90 take away 60 is 30. And then 100 take away 0 is 100. And if we put it together, it's 100 plus 30 plus 2. All right, everybody. I hope you found this helpful. Please feel free to watch this video as many times as you can, and definitely try playing with these secret code cards. They're really fun to manipulate numbers and to put it in expanded form. Thank you for watching.